Have you ever wondered how one man without money, armies, or power changed the course of human history forever? Yes, I'm talking about Jesus Christ. 2,000 years later, his words still echo in every corner of the earth, from cathedrals to quiet hearts, from war zones to hospitals, from the rich to the broken. But what made his teaching so powerful? What timeless lessons can still guide us in a chaotic modern world? Let's uncover the 10 life-changing lessons from Jesus, lessons not just for believers, but for every human searching for meaning, peace, and truth. Lesson 1. Love your enemies. It's easy to love those who love you back, but Jesus flipped the idea of love upside down. He said, "Love your enemies, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who persecute you." It wasn't weakness, it was power. Because real strength is not in revenge, but in forgiveness. When you forgive, you break the cycle of hate. You rise above. That's the kind of love that changes the world, and it starts inside you. Lesson 2. Be humble, not proud. In a world chasing fame, power, and spotlight, Jesus chose humility. He washed his disciples' feet, the act of a servant, not a king. He showed us that true greatness isn't about how high you stand, but how low you're willing to go to lift others up. The greatest among you shall be your servant. Imagine how different the world would be if every leader, every influencer, every person lived this one truth. Lesson 3. Faith over fear. Storms will come, winds will rage, life will shake you. But on a stormy sea, while his disciples panicked, Jesus said, "Do not be afraid." Then he spoke to the waves, and they obeyed. That moment wasn't just about calming nature, it was about calming hearts. Faith doesn't mean the storm won't come, it means you'll still stand when it does. When you trust in something greater than yourself, fear loses its grip. Lesson 4. Give even when you have little. Jesus watched a poor widow drop 2 small coins into the temple treasury and said she gave more than all the rich men combined, because she gave with her heart, not her leftovers. True generosity isn't measured by amount, but by sacrifice. Whether it's money, time, or kindness, the smallest act done with love carries eternal weight. In a world obsessed with getting more, Jesus showed that the secret to real joy is giving more. The world teaches us to chase comfort, power, and recognition. But Jesus, the carpenter from Nazareth, offered something deeper. Truth that shakes the soul and heals the heart. His words weren't just sermons, they were revolutions spoken in whispers. Let's move deeper into his timeless wisdom. Lessons 5 to 7, the truths that redefine how we live, love, and lead. Lesson 5. Seek truth, not applause. People love approval. We crave likes, validation, and the applause of others. But Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." He never chased popularity. He spoke truth even when it offended the powerful. Real freedom comes when you stop performing for others and start living honestly before God and yourself. Truth doesn't always make you comfortable, but it always makes you free. Lesson 6. Judge less, love more. We live in a world quick to judge and slow to understand. But Jesus said, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged." Because when you point fingers, you forget your own cracks. He taught that compassion opens more doors than condemnation ever will. When you look at others through eyes of grace, not gossip, you begin to see humanity the way God sees it. That's how real change begins, one heart at a time. Lesson 7. The greatest must serve the least. Power often corrupts, but Jesus redefined it. He said, "Whoever wants to be great must be the servant of all." He healed the sick, fed the hungry, touched the untouchable, and called that greatness. It's not about titles or thrones, it's about how many lives you lift. Greatness isn't built by how high you rise, but by how deeply you serve. When leadership becomes love, the world becomes light. The story of Jesus isn't just ancient history, it's a living call to transformation. His life was the greatest message ever spoken. Not written on paper, but written in compassion, courage, and sacrifice. Now, as we reach the final lessons, we uncover the kind of wisdom that can still reshape hearts and even nations. Lesson 10. Love is the greatest commandment. When asked what mattered most, Jesus didn't speak of rituals or rules. He said, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." In just one command, he summarized all of human purpose. Because when love rules your heart, everything else falls into place. Hatred dies, fear fades. The world becomes what it was meant to be, a reflection of divine love. Love isn't weakness, it's the strongest force in the universe. And that's the beauty of Jesus. He didn't just talk about truth, he lived it. He touched the sick, forgave the guilty, and carried the cross meant for others. 2,000 years later, kingdoms have risen and fallen, empires have turned to dust, but his words still stand unshaken. The lessons of Jesus aren't religion, they're revelation. They remind us that the highest power is kindness, the deepest wisdom is humility, and the greatest victory is love. So as you walk through life's noise and chaos, remember, you don't have to be perfect, just present. You don't have to change the whole world, just love one person well. Because that's how Jesus began, with one heart at a time, until the world itself was changed forever.